let's go. Big Mak Makini Manu getting his opportunity at that super heavyweight belt in Power Slap. How good does it feel to finally be able to showcase to the world that you can take on the Hawaiian Hitman, Islander versus Islander, Power Slap number 19 in that main event?
I'm so excited, not only for myself but even just for the Polynesian people. Just to have a main event in Power Slap be two Polynesians again. The first, I think what Kalani and Crazy were the first ones to do it, but now it's me and Hitman. So I'm super stoked, super blessed. I have said before that I'm the people's champ, so I don't care about the belt. But now that it's here, now I'm gonna. The plan is to take it home with me, so
For
I'm
sure.
stoked.
I mean, your path in Power Slap took a little bit longer to evolve to get to this point. I
Yeah,
mean, you went, Power Slap number 6 against, Donnie Von Heerden. He got an opportunity to go for the title well before you.
yeah,
But you never lost faith. You never got sour. You never spoke out against the organization. You just continued to rack up victories and be able to put yourself in a position to one day be undeniable of the shot to go up against Dane. Talk to me a little bit about that journey. And did you ever lose faith along the way? Because I know you didn't publicly, that this opportunity would ever come.
yeah. I definitely know, this was an extremely long road to the title since I started this journey back in October 2023.
Yeah.
But the there's that saying out there where everything happens for a reason. Everybody got their shot for a reason. Everybody got their opportunities for a reason. I got the opportunity to face, like you said, stacking every win. Last year was my biggest year fighting Steven. I had that 13-month layoff where I was like, this right here is to let Power Stop know that I'm legit. And
Mhm.
so to put him down in 3 rounds, that was the first step, first viral moment. The everybody was pretty hyped on the celebration with the 1 point and taking a knee after slapping him in round three. And then I was just waiting for the next opportunity, and they gave me Dwayne Crespo, put him into retirement. You know, and but I didn't underestimate him either because he had beat Hitman. And so I knew that okay, he's fought a super heavyweight before. So in my mind, I knew I was gonna win, but I was still ready to for a battle, if that makes any sense. And I had multiple viral moments in that fight. The no sell on the first slap, and then the put down with the point at the end after the knockout. Which I was pointing to the crowd, and I wasn't calling anybody out, but I didn't realize I looked so vicious and mean when I was saying that was for you
Yeah.
to that football player. But I'm always gonna say I will say yeah. I was talking trash, but that right there, to not only did it show that I could take big fights, but I could also entertain the crowd. I
Mhm.
think was a huge like step into helping me build my, I guess, my stock, right? Like the value of me as Big Mac, and and it gave me the best opportunity I ever had, which was against the Dumpling in Abu Dhabi, and that whole experience, flying business class, taking us to getting a custom made um, Kendora that my grandma just passed last month, and I wore it to her funeral.
Mhm.
Because it was such a it's such an elegant piece of garment that I felt like, my grandma would love that I wore something like this to pay respects to her life. And so I wore that Candora that I got from Power Slap. So it's given me these opportunities. It's been crazy. And to take down the Dumpling, that has been like my biggest, one of my biggest accomplishments because I took 4 slaps from him. Second round, he rocked me, and I loved it because I wanted. I was talking all week. I was like, damn, I want to feel what it feels like to almost get knocked out or to get knocked out. And it sounds weird, but I just never felt it. And then I felt it, and I was like, yep, don't want to feel that again. And so was able to finish the match, almost knocking him out. And even he paid respects to me, saying like that's the hardest he's been hit. And I was like, dang, thanks, Dumpling. Well, through his translator. I don't know how accurate it is. He might have said, "Hey, you suck. I hate you." But the translator was like, "Yeah, he respects you." But that fight alone, just even like you could repost those moments, and everybody they just can't stop watching, and it put my stock up, especially in the Polynesian community. Like I started last year, I was like 4,000 followers on social media, and then my Instagram went up to now I'm like at 21 point something thousand followers, and my TikTok went up 3,000 followers. So like I got to take more advantage of my social media,
Mhm.
but it's growing. People are recognizing me. The Polynesian community, the Polynesian famous people that I followed are like reaching out to me, and I'm like, whoa, bro, I've been your fan since you started social media,
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
a lot of blessings been coming through with that, especially for like my son. I'll wake up in the morning and he'll just be watching my fights on YouTube.
Nice.
So that's his number one thing: WWE and Power Slap.
For
You
sure.
know,
Well, he's got a
so
lot of good tape to watch. I mean, like you said, last year in 2025, you went 3-0. You're housing a record of 6-0, which
yeah,
is absolutely phenomenal. The funny thing is, two guys that you beat, Evian Scott and Dwayne Crespo.
yep,
Dayne Viernes has lost to both of them. Does
yeah.
that give you confidence?
It really does, and I like one thing I hope for Dane. I hope he's taking this as serious as I am, because I've watched every single fight he's had. I've watched every clip of film where he's on there in the background doing something, and so I have this chalked up to a T on what I like. My plan is already set, and I'm gonna execute the plan once I get on stage. And so and I do this because I respect him. I respect his grind. I'm not gonna look over the knockouts that he has. All right, but um, yeah, it's just I kind of forgot what I was talking about. I went on a rant.
Well, you were just talking about having that plan. So let me help you a little bit along the way. How do you envision that headliner going for Power Slap number 19? Talk to me about what it's going to feel like as you go through those curtains and you walk up there to the stage.
Well, I just hope the fans are ready, because I feel like they're not gonna like this experience they're gonna get at this fight is probably gonna be the most entertaining experience that they've ever had. Because from the walkout, like I promise you guys, from the walkout to the end of the fight, you guys will be entertained all the way through. There'll be no lulls. I already picked out my walkout song. I'm not gonna tell anybody till it happens, but it's gonna be a whole vibe from the beginning to the end, and I promise it's gonna like everybody's just gonna they're gonna go home and be happy that Big Mac was the main event for Power Stop 19.
For sure, man. This one 5 rounder.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, the
I
champ
got
gets to
struck
strike
four
first.
times already, so I think I could take five.
I mean, the champ gets to strike first.
Yep.
Well, obviously, you know you got to prepare to take that first strike.
Yeah.
Um, you said you've taken 4, you've never gone 5. I mean, that championship round. Talk to me. How do you see this match going realistically? Besides, you get hit first.
Shoot, I think um for me, I'm just gonna keep it a clean fight. I had a flinch last fight, um, which was a debatable flinch if you compare it to the Clean Bow versus Wolverine match. Like
Mhm.
that dude, Clean Bow was moving his face everywhere, and I did a little shoulder shrug, and they called the flinch, and it didn't obstruct the contact of the strike, so I was bummed out about that, but it was what it was. So I'm just gonna make sure I keep my game clean.
Mhm.
I think that in any round that I can knock him out with any slap. I just don't know what round. If it takes the fifth round, it's going to take the fifth round. But I think the biggest test is really for him to do a clean fight to where he doesn't, um, you know, club, step, whatever
Mhm.
fouls he's been called on. He's been called on a lot of fouls. He lost to Avion just purely off fouls.
Mhm.
And so uh, I'm gonna make it difficult for him. That's what I'll say, is that I'm gonna make him frustrated, and I'm looking to make that frustration lead into like him not doing well. But I do
Absolutely.
wish him the best though.
For sure, in the most gentleman way that you can.
All right.
A lefty.
Yeah.
Little
If
thing
he
about
swings
this
left, we'll see what I hope. I don't know what he's gonna do. I haven't been hit with the left yet, so
could be an
yeah,
element of surprise, but you're gonna be prepared either way.
yeah, I'll be ready. I just hope that I hope that the button that everybody talks about isn't on this side, because I've only been hit on this side. So,
Yeah.
we'll find out. And I don't know if he's gonna strike with his left first. He does well.
Mhm.
And so, but I'm looking forward to his hits. I just hope he brings the power.
For
You
sure.
know,
So
actually, I hope he doesn't bring his best game.
too funny. His brother Lane, obviously the crazy's been at the top of the game for a very long time. When he was at his best, he was over the 400-pound mark. You
Yep.
should have roughly a 45 to 50-pound weight advantage in this match. Do you think that is going to play a factor into the outcome?
It might. I wouldn't compare myself to Dennis, that fight he had against that Russian guy. Um, but like I'm probably gonna be the same weight that he was when he fought Hitman. And so um and it might, because in that fight he did stumble Hitman on his second strike. So the weight might be the factor on why I win.
Mhm.
But
Not the factor, just
yeah,
just part of it. But
yeah.
let me ask you: do you actually think the Dennis fight was more impressive for Dane than Dumpling's fight?
Oh, absolutely. And the only reason I think it was is because he knocked out a big giant,
Mhm.
right? A huge guy who had 27-inch biceps. The announcers were hyping it up for the people at home, so like you can hear the how excited they were for that person, and then you heard them talk about Hitman, and it wasn't really as hyped as it was for Dennis, and then you see Hitman just knock him out, and then it's like, oh shoot, and it wasn't just a knockout; it was in the TKO. It was that dude was put to sleep, So,
Yeah.
but then Jacko fought him, and he knocked him down like every strike. So, like then it's really like, okay, maybe that guy can hit, but he can't receive a hit.
For
You
sure.
know, um, and that's the same thing with Hitman. I don't think he's ever gone against somebody that could bring it.
Mhm.
And I'm a friendly dude, I'm a kind dude, but as soon as the I get on stage and it's time for me to strike, the crazy switch turns on, and I let all the demons out. I go crazy, and I'm not the same person that is just here saying hi to everybody every day. It's a whole different switch up there.
Of course. Well, I'm going to need you to channel your inner wrestler. I need you to turn that nice guy off. I need you to cut me a nice promo
Oh my
asking
gosh.
why people should tune in to Power Slap number 19 and watch you and Dane Viernes go head to head for the super heavyweight belt.
Oh my goodness. Putting me on the spot. Okay. All right. All right, people, it's your people's champ, and I'm here to give you a message. April 17th, Friday, I will be competing main event against Dane Viernes, also known as the Hawaiian Hitman, the man that's taken out big towers, but I've taken out people bigger. I've taken out everybody that he has fallen to. You guys aren't going to want to miss this match. It's going to be a vibe from the beginning to the end. And when you're done with the event, you're going to be leaving chanting the name Big Mac. Big Mac. Just like I did in Abu Dhabi, we're going to bring it back here to Las Vegas. You're not going to miss it, so get your tickets now or watch it live and free on YouTube.
Awesome, Big Mac. There we go. Get a little more personal. If Dane is watching this interview, what do you want to say to him?
Hey, bring your best shot. That's it. That's the biggest thing. Bring your best shot, because I'm coming all gas, no brakes with it. You know what I mean? Come on, boy. I can't wait. I'm so stoked.
Love it, man. I mean, I haven't seen you this loose, this comfortable, this confidence, going into it. Um, you feel like this is going to stay the same all the way into fight week?
Oh, absolutely. I think I think if it would have been after Power Stop 6, it would have been completely different, because I wouldn't have the notches on my belt that I have now. Right. I think my most New Orleans and Abu Dhabi, that really helped me get used to a crowd that was huge. Like it was loud. I don't remember in New Orleans. It was so loud out there. That arena. I love that arena because you just heard everybody in the stands when they cheered. It was 10 times louder than usual places. The slaps were obnoxiously loud.
Mhm.
And that whole vibe there, especially when I started entertaining, it was just I just felt it, and I felt that same vibe in Abu Dhabi. I don't know how the Chelsea's gonna be, but I hope I could bring that too. But yeah, no, it's I feel I'm a lot looser, a lot more confident because I'm 6 fights in, four live or three live events in, and now this is the fourth, and I get to be main event, which I just found out today that it was main event. Like I didn't realize it when they posted it because they told me I was co-main when I first was told about the fight,
Okay.
and I found out today it was main. I was like, oh snap! I'm the last fight. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked. I can't wait. I hope he brings the energy because Dumpling brought the energy with the fight. Uh, Crespo kind of brought the energy with the fight, but like I just hope that it's not like I hate those. I know you see matches where they're just boring,
Mhm.
right? Like they hit each other and they're like they walk away. Oh, yeah, that was great, good job. And then they walk away. But I want him to talk smack to me. Like he
Yeah.
is gonna be so entertaining. I feel like out of every striker, I prepare for a performance and a win. If that makes any sense. I'm not coming out there to just be out there. I come out there to entertain and to make sure when they leave, they're like, yeah, that fight, that's the one. That's the fight. So,
Absolutely. It's
yeah.
definitely stacking up to be that way. The super heavyweights usually don't disappoint. And when the title on the line, it's
Oh,
definitely going to be a show. So I look forward to seeing you. Long overdue. You should coin the phrase, the long road to the title, because that is what you are on. And it's going to come to a fruition on
yeah.
April 17th at Power Slap number 19. I appreciate you, my man. Look forward to seeing you there in Las Vegas.
Hey, thanks for having me. Can't wait. See you in Vegas.